We have Sophia Yon. We'll get back to this weekend a little bit later, but Sophia Yon of Loweville Track joining us on Running Point, and I guess record breakers. When you break records like Sophia has, it's almost ludicrous to not have you on the show. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
I mean, let's talk about this first and foremost. A 40-year-old county record is shattered too. You also have some 1,600-meter records too for the school. I mean, it just seems like one after another. Talk to me about this experience this season and just what you've been able to do on the track.
It's just been really just fun in general because I've been looking forward to track all year long, and since I've been young, I've been wanting to break those records, starting with the 1,600, and now it's all just kind of like falling into place with like my fitness and everything. So I'm excited.
Obviously, records like that don't get broken without a strong work ethic and a drive to compete at that level. Talk about where your work ethic comes from and where this drive for being the best track runner that you can be comes from as well.
A lot of it comes from my mother and my amazing coaches that have helped me and built me up throughout the years, and gave me confidence to believe that I could do what I've been doing. And just having the competition around here, the girls in our region are so fast, and I'm blessed to have all that amazing competition in our area, so that anytime there's a big race, there's big competition to pull me and just kind of help me reach my personal goals as well.
Did you know when it initially happened that you had the record that stood for 40 years in the county in that 800? Or when did it first hit you, and when did you first realize oh my God, I have this record?
I was trying to beat actually the school record, which ended up being the same time as that 40-year record. I think it was 2:21 was the school record, and so was that. And I didn't know till that day that was even I wasn't specifically going for that record, but I mean, it works. I just figured it out when I got across the finish line. I remember seeing the clock and thinking that I broke it, but not knowing for sure. So then we just had to wait a little bit and see. And yeah.
Track's a lot about waiting and seeing, right? You get to the finish line, you have to wait and see what the records are, and you don't know. But it's also a sport where, people from the outside think it's so individualized, and you have to worry about your own self, and they don't understand that there's still a lot of team aspect to being on a track team. Talk about the camaraderie with your teammates and some of the things that make Loweville Track such a special team and a special program.
I love our track team. It's definitely special. There's not many girls. I think I know there's so many huge schools that have all these huge teams or whatever. Then we come in and we have one thrower. We have probably 5, 6, 7 runners. If they're some of them are hurt every once in a while. We have a team of 8. So we're all very close. Team of 9. It's a small team. So we're all very close and just pushing for each other more than anything, and just trying to make each other happy, make each other proud, and just kind of building each other up, trying to reach our own individual goals, but also work well as a team and kind of pull the best out of each other.
Does Sophia Yon have any superstitions before a big run or a big meet that you have to stick to, or you just feel like you're off your game?
My braid. I have to have my hair the exact same every single time. I have to have it in ponytail with a braid, or else. And I use the same hair ties. I use the same hair ties every time. And I used to dump water on my head before every time, but I haven't done that this year, and it's worked out pretty well.
Worked out.
I'm gonna stop doing that. I'm done.
Talk about some of the advice that you give to young track players that come out and the little girls that want to do what you're doing and see that dream like you did so long ago that said, I want to break records. What advice do you give them?
Obviously, don't worry about anybody else. Just worry about yourself and trying to reach your goals and what makes you happy and proud and feel good about yourself. It doesn't necessarily have to be it just, as long as it makes you happy, do it. And the beginning of track especially is very hard with conditioning and running a whole lot, but it's worth it because you get the results towards the end of the season and then you feel great. So it's definitely worth it, and it makes you happy if you're a runner.
Lowellville being a bit of a smaller school, you guys are obviously a close-knit family, and a lot of athletes will say too that come from the smaller schools, they feel a sense of pride when they're able to achieve great things and kind of have that name of that school be on the map too. What kind of pride do you feel in representing the Lowellville Rockets, and what does it mean to you to represent Lowellville as not only a school but a community as well?
It means a whole lot. I just love having such a small community because everyone's so like tight knit. Like, I don't know if those are even the right words, but there's so much support and love from everyone, like, because everyone's rooting on each other because we want our name out there because we're such a small place. It's a small like spot on the map. Nobody usually knows about us. Like, I've talked to people from like Canfield and Boardman. They ask where you're from, and I said Lowellville, and they're like, where? I'm like, it's 15 minutes down the road, and they still don't even know where it is half the time. So it's like, it's nice to get the name out there and just kind of make our community proud.
This might surprise people because you're doing this interview in a classroom, but you're a student
Yeah.
too in high school. Talk about some of the favorite classes that you have and some of the teachers that have impacted your journey along the way as well.
That's a tough one. I love all my classes and I love all my teachers. I don't know. Math is probably definitely my favorite, and it just kind of like, I don't know. I like do math while I'm running. I'm a nerd, but yeah. So probably math is the most.
God did this follow up because most people that say math, then when I ask about English, they get that look on their face like, oh no.
I love English.
Both?
Yes, both.
Oh wow, you're an anomaly. And
those are like business, like a businessman's dream right there. Someone that knows.
That's what I want to go into, either finance or engineering. So
spot on. No, looking at this though, Sophia, and just talking about the coaching staffs too. Coach Modelski obviously serves as the girls basketball coach. I think has a huge influence on a lot of girls that go through Lowellville programs too, and athletic programs. Talk to me about that relationship you have with Coach Modelski and how much she's influenced you in your track career.
I love Coach Lisa. She's very, very supportive and just kind of understands that what I'm working towards, and has been very flexible and lets me do like basically, I don't know, she's very flexible. So she understands like if I'm not feeling good or if I don't want to, like, I don't know, just very flexible and very supportive, and just has helped me every step of the way, along with my coach, Eric Groh, too.
We have a question for you in the comments from Chris Sigler that asks about the music you listen to before meets to get you ready to run. What's the playlist look like?
I love country music, but also, okay, I don't listen to anything like at the meet or before I run or anything. I just kind of use that time to get ready and prepare myself mentally, just kind of like, you got this, like, just don't worry about anybody else, just do the best that you can. And I don't know, the music though in the morning I wake up is country. I love country music. And 50s music when I run, which is kind of weird, 50s and 60s, but
50s.
Yeah.
What's the go-to 50s song?
Ooh, I don't know. I just
instill some culture into our listeners.
No, huh?
As it instill some culture into our listeners from 50s and 60s.
Oh, I don't even know. I love all of them. There's like, I just have a Spotify playlist that I listen to like long runs, just go through the whole thing. Like I cannot pick one. I love
You're talking like the Beatles?
No.
No,
I don't listen to the Beatles.
Wrong 60s. Wrong 60s. Beach Boys. I'm throwing out 60s names. I'm trying to give you some.
Hold on. I can pull it up right now.
Beach Boys.
Maybe. I don't even know. Like, I'm terrible with that stuff. Like, I listen to a bunch of music, but I can't remember like the names. Like, I love Morgan Wallen, and I love like Luke Combs and like
it's all good.
Like that. But
we just won't put you on Name That Tune. It's okay.
Yeah, no. I would lose right away.
Yeah. It seems like you have such a routine though that you go into, and you try to get in the zone before each run too. And like you said, you stick to like no music, which I mean, it seems a little bit not what the trend is with athletes, but I mean that's all right because you found a thing that works. Talk to me about what that process is like of you getting to that zone and getting to that level where you're ready to compete for a big meet.
For the big meets, usually it's the same thing every time. I wake up, eat like, I don't know, oatmeal. Usually I have been trying to switch up my diet a little bit so that I'm not getting like sick after my races because I haven't been, I don't think, eating enough calories in the morning. But eat a good meal and then pretty much just talk with my mom. My mom is like my rock. So she kind of gets me through. I usually go through like a phase where I get all nervous and like stressed out and whatever. And then she just talks me through it. And then it's like, okay, game time, game on. Like I'm ready. And then get moving, get pumped up, stretching, everything. And then just do a little bit of breathing exercises. And then I go.
All right. We talked before we let you go. You've talked about your mom. You talked about your coaching staff. Is there anyone else that you would like to kind of thank for their support and being there for you throughout your career and your journey?
Other than my mom, Eric, Lisa, just definitely my team, boys and girls team, and all the other athletes around here that have been so super, super nice and supportive. I just couldn't ask for anything more.
All right. Sophia,
and the community, obviously, has been very nice and supportive.
Thank you so much for joining us today. It was great to hear from you. Congratulations
on
all the success. We know there's going to be more in store for you, and we'll talk to you again real soon.
Thank you.